Hey YouTube, Kizer Knife collection video for late July 2017. Kizer Cutlery. Start up here, work our way down. I'll probably list some blade steels and just an average cost on them. And the name if I know it. Okay, let's get started. The first knife is the Kizer Vanguard Series cane. Great flipper, really smooth, good blade centering, pocket clip. This is VG10 with G10 and stainless steel bolsters, about 80 bucks. The next is again the Vanguard series. This is the Velox 2. This is VG10 steel with G10 textured scales. Got some milling in it. $80. Really nice flipper on this one. I don't know whether you can see that. Oop, better turn that down. Great action on it. Good centering. Nice clip. These Kizers are something else for the money. They're really good quality. Next one is the Intrepid Ray Laconico design. Another flipper. Good lockup. This is VG10 and G10. 85 bucks. Great knife. Next up is the, doesn't really have a name, it's a Tanto. It's not part of the Vanguard series. It's called just the Tanto. That's all I could find on it. Liner lock, Oz 8 steel, G10 and titanium. Good thumb stud flipping. Blade centering's great. Tip down only pocket carry, which sucks. I don't know why anybody does that. Next up is another Vanguard knife. This is the Kesmic. It's VG10 and G10. $85 knife. The Tanto here was $60. Not the best action on this one. You can do a middle finger flip with it. You gotta put a little wrist behind it though. Good lockup. Good centering. I like it. G10's a little slick. Next up is these don't really have names. They're all, the next three are just called liner locks. They're all designed by Glenn Klecker. This one has CPM S35 VN steel and G10 handle scales. Look at that grind. That is crazy. This is tip down only. Out of the three of them, this is probably my favorite. Big chunk. Don't carry this much. Maybe on casual Fridays when I can put it in my back pocket of my jeans. Have carved up some cardboard. It's a great blade steel. Again, just right hand pocket or right hand thumb stud. I think all knives should have them on both sides. That's just my personal opinion. Next up is another Glenn Klecker. That's a $85 knife. No, excuse me, that's $110. This one's a 105. This one is CPM S35 VN and G10 again. Nice flipping action. Blade centering's a little off. This one's got a little play to it. For this size knife, you really want to be able to hammer it. Nah, I just don't think you could with this one. Maybe it just needs tightened up. It's got a good lock. 105 bucks. A little pricey on this one, I'd say. But this, you're paying for that steel. Next, the last collector here is 95 bucks. This one is again, CPM S35 VN and G10. I like this one quite a bit, actually. This one's actually got reversible pocket clip. Oh, so did this one. This one does not. Again, just the one-sided thumb stud though. This one's better as far as the blade. Blade rock, none at all. Good centering. This is a big hunk of metal right here. I'm gonna have to carry this more. This is surprising me how much I'm liking this. This will be more in the wintertime. Carrying that around in a pair of gym shorts would be like having a brick in your pocket. But still, love that knife. Next up, Vanguard series again. The Roach, Matt Degnan, VG10 and G10, $80 knife. Great flipper. Nice handle ergonomics back here. I don't love the choke up. When you use the choil, that it gets mighty. The distance here is quite a bit. It's could be a little thinner. This could be deeper, but a great slicing blade here. So that's that one. Next up is Kizer Tegan, CPM, S35, VN, and G10. This is a $130 knife. Liner lock. Great ergonomics on the handle. Pocket clip is right, left, carry, tip up only, which is fine. Flipper. Got a little stick, and it's a little. You get a little pinch in there, which maybe I'll just take it apart and clean it up and see if I can improve that. But anyways, moving on. Vanguard Sovereign, VG10 and G10. This is a great knife for 70 bucks. Really ergonomic. It flips great. Great blade centering. Highly recommend this one, especially for the money. Next up is this Assist. This may actually have a name. GTI, I'm not sure. This is a Justin Gingrich design, CPM S35 VN, G10 95, and it is spring assisted. Cool little knife. I just got this. I'll probably carry this quite often. I like it. It's a little heavy, but you know, once the weather turns a little bit, it's a good EDC size, and I like it quite a bit. Next up, another Vanguard. This is the Dukes VG10 and G10 steel, $70 knife. Really like this one. I carry this quite a bit. This is a good office knife. This is, you know, any smaller, and I probably wouldn't cut cardboard with it, but it's just big enough that I can slice up a cardboard box. It could ride a little lower, but I don't really worry about that. Everybody knows I have a knife in my pocket at work, so it's not a big deal. Just love this knife. I don't know if you can tell, it's all oiled up. I just cleaned it before making the video. Next up is my IFT-L CPM S35 VN steel and titanium with this inlay. This is a Purdy knife. Great flipper. This was one of my first Kizers, and frame lock, and it's cool that the inlay actually stays in place around that. Great blade centering, titanium pocket clip, fairly deep. This is another great EDC knife. This will carve up cardboard quite nicely. Love it. Next up is the that was $80. The Rogue CPM S35 VN blade steel, titanium handles, which this two-tone milled titanium, nice Warncliffe Dirk Pinkerton design. Thumb stud on each side, that's a win. This knife is $120. I carry this one a lot too. blade centering needs the pivot must be getting a little loose on this, so I will fix that. What's next? The no-name flipper. This is a controversial one right here. This is made from CPM S35VN blade steel, titanium milled handle scales, and about 175 bucks. This is the one that Tim Britton, custom maker, I apparently was doing some work with Kizer. They had seen the drawings or had copies of the drawings, and the deal never went through, and they produced this knife anyways. I believe them. I've seen the custom, and it looks exactly like this. So Kizer, shame on you. I'm hoping that was a fluke and not a standard business practice. Really like Kizers, and would hate to think of them as thieving bastards. And I know how the Chinese are. So, anyways, enough of that. Let's just appreciate it for what it is. It's gorgeous. I liked it so much. I didn't know about that until recently, that whole controversy. I got another one. This one is the same blade steel. CPM S35VN G10 and titanium. $110. Tip down only, which is weird. But very similar shape to that one. Great blade centering, great flip, great lockup. It's a great knife. It's a shame if they stole that design. This one, $100 version, VG10 and G10 and titanium. Kind of a rainbow anodization going on there on the titanium, which is nice. Again, great blade centering. Thumb stud works too. Flipper needs oiled. There we go. Like it. Love the texture on the G10. Oiled this one up too. There we go. Anyhow. Next up, Sheepdog. Chris Conway, CPM S35VN and titanium. This is your chopper. Birdshot 4 has a great video review on this knife. It's a great knife. Great blade centering, which is awesome considering the amount of steel you're throwing around every time you flip it. Frame lock. It's got an insert. It's got some weight relief, milling on the handle, and just a splash of blue here around the pivot. I just love this knife. I carry this, but usually just in the winter it is still heavy. It's so big, and that's a big chunk of steel, man. And the price on this was $205. Worth it. It's worth it. Next up, the Shadow. CPM S35VN and titanium handle scales. Tano blade. It's got a fuller. Thumb studs on each side. Frame lock good. Good lockup. That's right where I like it. Good blade centering. Milled pocket clip. Kind of rides high. I don't really carry this much. I'm not a real tactical guy. But it's still a cool knife. Next up, just frame lock. CPM S35 VN steel. Titanium. Anodized with a kind of crazy rainbow pattern. Nice backspacer with a little bit of jimping, not much. Pretty slick. This knife, I believe, is over 4 inches, so I don't usually carry it. I mean, I have, but in Missouri, it's 4-inch max length on a folding knife. Good blade centering, great knife. If you like big knives, it's not overly heavy. If you're a big knife guy, this might be one you want to consider. It's nice. Next up, the Compadre by Matt Kacharia. CPM S35 VN blade steel, titanium frame lock, $210. The previous knife, that's $130. Flipper. Love the belly on this. Don't carry this much. It's kind of heavy. It's big. I'll probably try to carry it more. The choil kind of annoys me. It's just big enough for a finger, but I can't, if I move it forward at all, I'm going to cut myself. So it's definitely just a sharpening choil or somebody with little hands. So I'm thinking they should have maybe made this a little bigger and sacrificed some cutting edge, just so you could get a choke up on it. Next is my probably my all-time favorite Kizer. This Megatherium is awesome. It is Elijah Isham designed, CPM S35 VN blade steel, carbon fiber, and titanium. Really smooth carbon fiber. Milled pocket clip. Everything about this is great. Flips great. Looks great. This will definitely freak people out. You don't want to pull this out at the office. So this is a weekend only carry for me, and I try to keep pretty low key with this one. I don't want to freak anybody out. I do live in a city. But great blade shape, blade centering's perfect. Just a real work of art. Love it. And lastly, the Kizer Gemini Ray Laconico. $235 for that knife, $170 for this one. This is probably my most EDC Kizer. It's just perfect shape, great size blade, cuts like a champ. You know, nothing real fancy, just blank titanium. You know, maybe some people would want it anodized or whatever. I kind of like it just gray. It's got the splash of blue here on the hardware. Just a great knife, great shape, four finger grip. Flipper's a beast. It's got a stainless steel insert on the lock bar. Just perfect knife. So, Kizer. All right, guys. Thanks. Like, subscribe. If these get any views, I'll probably keep going with them, and maybe Spyderco's will be next. All right. Thanks. Have a good one.